This video is intended for learners that are using the software for the first time, and even I'm using the version Autocad 2020, I will conduct the lesson in a way that if you have a different version, it will not be a problem for you to understand. At the end of this tutorial, you will get the knowledge to draw most types of drawings in 2D, and solve your tasks easier if you are an architecture or engineering student, for example. Okay, this is the AutoCAD default display, which consists in different areas. Above, at the left, you find the application icon. This is the menu where I can open a new document, open a file, or do operations regarding saving or exporting a file. Then, the main part at the top is called the ribbon. There, you find the majority of tools you will need during the program. Right above, you can find these tabs which group the buttons in different categories. For example, the current one is the Home tab, which has the most used icons. If you switch to the Insert tab, I find in this case icons related to this category. Then, inside the specific tab, the icons are subgrouped in panels. For example, in the Home tab, the first panel have the icons which can perform drawing actions. In the second panel, they are related to modifying objects. And on the third panel are the annotation icons. Additionally, when you click in a panel that has an arrow facing down, it shows extra icons, which are used less often. When a panel has a diagonal arrow at the right, I can access to the settings window of this category. Now, let's show you how to use tools in AutoCAD. For example, imagine I want to draw a line. As you may guess, I can click in the icon here, I go to the workspace, I click for the first point, and then, where I want the second point, I click again. Simple. Then, I'm going to repeat the process, but this time I want you to pay attention to this, the command bar. This shows the operations that are taking place during the project. I will show you. I click again in the line icon and you can notice here line specify first point. The first word which appears in capitals is the command name, in this case line. Then, that's the prompt sentence, which tells me what I should do next. Though, I click here to specify the first point, then it asks to specify next point, click again. As you see, I just draw a line, but it keeps asking for specifying another point. It would draw a new line. As I don't want, I can press Escape to exit the line command. In conclusion, to perform any action in AutoCAD, I can type its command name. For example, I type line and press enter, and I can draw a line. Then press the button Escape to leave the command. Now, I want to draw a circle. I can click in its icon, or type the command name, which is circle. Additionally, each command has a shortcut called alias, so I don't need to type its full name. For example, L is the shortcut for the command line, and C is the shortcut for circle. During this tutorial, each time I introduce a new command, I make an annotation at the left part of the screen showing the command name, the alias and its location on the ribbon. This way of inserting commands makes AutoCAD easy to switch from different versions. If for any reason I'm going to a computer that has AutoCAD 2007, which had a different display than this one, I can still work with no problems, because the command names and their shortcuts are the same. Of course, some functions were not available in that time, but almost all the basics didn't change. The same applies to the version in Mac. Even AutoCAD 2020 there has a different display, the icons are in different places. You can just type the command names and don't need to worry to find them out on the screen. How to use the mouse in the workspace. Having a mouse is very important for working in AutoCAD, as it's much more comfortable than using just a touchpad, especially for zooming or moving the workspace area. Let's see the functions of the mouse buttons. Here I attach this image to help you. Mouse wheel. With the mouse wheel I can zoom the workspace. It's very simple. If I scroll up, I zoom in. If I scroll down, I zoom out. The zooming always applies to the exact location of the pointer. For example, in this situation, if you want to zoom these objects, I need to move the pointer over them, scroll up, and you notice they are filling all the screen. Simple. To move the workspace area, press and hold the wheel. When you see this hand, you can move around. Left button. Clicking with the left button, I can select objects, like this circle. If I want to select the circle and the line, I can click first in one, then in the second, without pressing the Control key, unlike other programs. But now, imagine you have a bunch of objects to select. It could take a long time to select them all. For that reason, if I click in an empty space, a selection area opens. This allows me to select more than one object. However, this is important. There are two kinds of selection. If I open the area to the right, the color is blue. If I open to the left, the area appears in green color. What's the difference? When I open to the right, blue color, I have to cover the entire object to select it. If I would open to the left, green color, it's enough if I only cover one part. Also, you can understand if the object is going to be selected when you see it turning bold. Now the right button. The right button opens this panel with several options you can choose. But when you select an object and right-click, you can access, for example, to its properties. I click. It's a long list over here. I'm going to close it. However, there is a compact version of properties, Quick Properties, which contains the most important features. For this line, you can see the object type, line, color, layer, line type, and length. By the way, in the quick properties of this circle, some of the topics didn't pop up for the line, as they are more relevant for circles, like the diameter, radius, or area. In this chapter, I'm going to teach you to draw lines properly. The line is probably the most basic tool and the one you will use most of the time. Before, I showed how to draw a line, but without any specified length or direction. I mean, if it's horizontal, vertical, or if it makes an angle with the x-axis, for example. That's exactly what you will learn the next few minutes. Draw a horizontal line. To draw a horizontal line, I need to activate first the command line. I can click on the icon there or type the command name, as you remember from the first chapter. Or I can simply type L, it's the alias for line, and press enter. I click anywhere on the workspace for the start point. Then I drag the cursor to the right and you can notice this dashed green line with these labels saying polar and 0 degrees. If I click right now, the line becomes completely horizontal. This happens because I have the polar tracking turned on. This icon located in the status bar. The polar tracking allows the cursor snapping to certain angles. By default, these angles are set for 0 degrees, 90 degrees, 180 degrees, and 270 degrees, making the lines vertical and horizontal. Now look what would happen if the polar tracking is off. Click on the icon, it's disabled now. Then I'm going to draw a line again, type L, press enter, click for placing the start point. Then, as I'm trying to draw a horizontal line, I realize that the dashed green line is not there. That means when I click, even the line looks horizontal, there will always be a slight deviation. So I strongly suggest you to use the polar tracking whenever you are making precise drawings. Draw a line with specific length. This time I'm going to draw again the horizontal line, but with a precise length of 100. It doesn't matter the units for now. As the last command used was line, I can press enter to revert to the previous one. Look, it turned on again the command. I click, I move horizontally to the right. Now that the line is on the direction I desire, I can type 100 and press enter. Easy, you just drew a horizontal line with a length of 100. But be aware, when I type the length, I cannot change the direction anymore. See, I move the mouse and nothing happens. So, if it's not on the direction you want, you can press escape. Now I can make it vertical, for example, insert the length again and press enter. To confirm this, I click on the line, right click, go to quick properties, and here you have it, length 100. Ortho mode. If I want to draw only orthogonal lines, I can click on the icon Ortho mode, restrict cursor orthogonally. Then, when I'm drawing a line, I can only make it horizontal or vertical. This can be useful if I'm at a part of a project where I just need those type of lines, like in the example here.